Cassidy, especially when one sees former All-Star fullback Barry Owens named the corner forward. And Laois captured the nation's imagination with an impressive display against Dublin a few weeks ago. Can the upward graph continue? David Coldrick is the match referee. Laois have won the toss. They've decided to play with the wind in the opening 35 minutes. Diagonal ball is a good one to Donald Kingston. First score of the match coming after 42 seconds of play. This is Rory Corrigan. McElroy coming from a left half-back position. Good ball into Sean Quigley. Chance of an equaliser. And that is going over the bar. Good build-up, good score by Fermanagh. Quite a good response. And here's Niall Donoghue going through the middle. David Conway is available, and he takes his points.
A good build up by Laois, nice snappy hand pass and finished off, and the right decision by Conway just to punch it over the bar. Simple score. They're the scores they need to get just to get themselves into the game, get a foothold in the game, get the confidence up.
Here's Rory Corrigan. To one of the two-man full forward line, Sean Quigley. Nicely dummy inside. It's a good block down. Still danger there from a Laois perspective, and that is over the bar, but it could have been so much more.
It could have been so much more, but it wasn't hard to get a great effort by Paul McCusker, I think it was. I think he did that on purpose. He could have gone for the goal, but saw that he was probably too close to the keeper and took the point.
O'Donnelly performing well in the middle of the field. Corrigan has to recover. Available over this side is Tommy McElroy. There's the time to gather. And he hits it on the turn, and it's in the back of the net, is it? It looks like across the line, and the umpire has signalled a green flag. Well, are we about to see a turnaround here and a bit of a shock? I know it's only 28 minutes in the first half. Let's see what happens.
Again, that crossfield ball. No, it's a goal, very legitimate goal, certainly, and just a bundle of players in there. And it looked like Barry Owens might have got a touch on the end of it.
Good work by Billy Sheehan. Comes to Darren Strong. Conor Meredith. Confidence coming back into Laois with a find the range and get the leveller for the fourth time in this qualifier. And away goes Rory Corrigan, leaving Peter O'Leary in his trail. Still Corrigan. Sean Quigley. Sean Quigley with his fifth point of the game.
A great super score, and Fermanagh really growing into this game, and Laois, I'm not sure if they're growing into it as much.
Billy Sheehan. Colin Begley. And again, good defending by Fermanagh. Wonderful catch by Kingston. He gets a touch. It should be a goal. Billy Sheehan gets a crucial goal for the home side.
Wonderful defending to poor defending. You don't let a man inside like that. You don't go when he's outside and turn him onto the inside, and that's just what he did, and it was ended up poked over the line. Never let him on the inside. Always stand up and keep him on the outside. Failed to do it, paid the price, and Fermanagh are going to have to fight now to win this game.
O'Donnell and Tommy McElroy. Great engine. Giving it everything. Nice turn by Sean Quigley. And that is going over the bar. Just when Fermanagh needed it, after conceding what some would consider a soft goal, they level the match. Donald Kingston looks for the 1-2 with Ross Munnelly. Still Kingston. Much better out of Laois. It's his fourth point of the game. O'Donnell. Rory Corrigan. And look who's available. It's Brian Cox. Can he finish? Gets inside, taken down. The referee gives a penalty. Now this is absolutely crucial from a Fermanagh perspective. They have to crash the ball into the back of the net to have any chance of victory.
I thought there was a chance of an overcarry on that, but actually he was fouled before there was an overcarry. But great ball, great decision to take it in, because they need that goal, they need that opportunity. This will be a totally different game if they can convert this.
A goal for Fermanagh will bring them right back in, and they are in the game yet again. Sean Quigley sending goalkeeper Graham Brodie the wrong way. He can afford a smile. Ryan Jones. Fermanagh go in search of scores. Ryan Jones gets it back. There's Brian Cox. Here comes Rory Corrigan. Calling outside is Sean Quigley. Floats it. Is it inside the post? It is. And Fermanagh just keep in touch.
They're keeping in touch and keeping in touch through that man Sean Quigley. I actually thought it had gone wide, but Corrigan again raining down the right, quite wisely decides not to shoot, shovels it back to the man in the best position, and he strokes it over the bar.
Coming through the middle is Donald Kingston. Still Kingston. There's nobody inside, but he takes his point. His 6th point in the match. When he runs at opposing defences, he really causes trouble.
Yeah, he is imposing and he moves at pace, and he has a great twist and turn, great agility ability.
Marty O'Brien, can Fermanagh come down the length of the field and get an equaliser? Niall Cassidy laying it off. Whereas Cox needs a little bit of support because there's nobody readily available. Gives it back to his captain, Owen Donnelly. The referee blows the full-time whistle. Heartbreak for Fermanagh, relief for Laois. 8 times level overall, but Laois continue on the championship journey on a full-time score here. Laois 119, that's a total of 22 points. Fermanagh 215, a total of 21.
You know, it was level at half time. You know, they put us to the pins of our collars, and we kept at it, in fairness to the lads, and they kept at it to the end, and well, we're very pleased to be over the line.
I don't think anyone gave us a hope coming down here today. We thought it was going to be like lambs to the slaughter, but we certainly put in a major performance. All credit to Laois. Obviously they contributed enormously as well, but proud but disappointed, but very hopeful for the future of Fermanagh football.
It's good to hear that he's hopeful, Dermot. Yeah. You were at the match, and Fermanagh really was the story yesterday, not Laois.
Yeah, in fairness, they had right up to the very end. They kept going. They had a couple of goal chances. Now they took the points at the end, but had they gone for goal, it might have been a different story. It's funny the way they play. They play a 2-man full forward line, and they did that for the first half. And there was too much space in between. They got everybody back defensively. But in the second half, they changed and they started running at Laois. And Laois were up 4 points coming into the last 10 minutes, but they let Fermanagh back into the game because they kept running. They kept, driving forward, and they created those chances. And if they had taken a goal with the last 1 or 2 chances, it could have been a different story.
Yeah, that's great. Small margin. You wanted to point out how these small margins can occur so often.
They've lost by a point ultimately, but lost nonetheless. And how many times have you heard, fellas in the first minute or two kicking them out, no harm, next ball, it doesn't matter. Well, they do all matter, and this is the point I want to make. It's a pet subject of mine about cornerbacks not being able to, or centre back, any defender not being able to give a 25-metre foot pass or drive into that space and clear the ball. And here we go, Ryan McCluskey back to Chris Snow, and now he's just looking for trouble, and here it comes. And there's a hand pass back into their empty net. Now here comes our umpire to wave it wide after the Fermanagh fella hand passes it wide. But it is a 45. And this is the point. I mean, that should be a dink of a 25, 30 metre foot, gets all the traffic out of the way, and you actually can launch an attack. But Niall Cassidy actually, with his back to the goal, hand passes it back and wide. Darren Strong steps up. He's already had one of these and taps it over. They won by 1 point. So, the value of a point in the first 15, 20 minutes is the exact same value in the last 10 minutes. We only remember, it appears, the ones near the end. And that's the point. You must be focused from day one. And this hand passing among cornerbacks and goalkeepers is, to my mind, it's a cop-out. Get a nice 25, 30 metre pass out of trouble and you're away.
Laois experienced one for them. You picked out one of their fellas.
Yeah, well, overall, look, Donny Kingston had a great game when it counted. He popped up, he scored 4 from play in the second half. And you also have to look at the likes of Colin Begley. But for me, you know, the one man that makes Laois tick is Ross Munley. And if you can see him here, he's the type of forward that this is where you want to get him. You want to get him into the D, looping around the player and taking the score. And we see him there against Dublin doing that. However, Laois in the first half, against Fermanagh, you know, Ross needs to be getting the ball going towards